I'm looking at my mother's square and Elena Pat's circle that I had demonstrated how to make. And my mother said, no matter what project you're making, you can shrink or enlarge shapes like this. So what I'm going to do is enlarge the way she would describe it as malrochluku. Enlarge this by 2. So I'm enlarging the square right now. And the way my mother would do it is to once again, with uneven paper, make a square. And just as before, she made a straight line to start the project. Klugu. And the chipmunk could be used later for something else. And this is 2 tiknuks wide, so all I'm simply doing is laying this against the straight edge igavet. Ugatmun, just as she had done it with the students. I'm making the 3 marks, and she said malrochlugu, do 2 times, just like she did with the tiknuks twice. So this would show me that there are 4 tiknuks long, because there's 2 in each. Dapluku. And even if this is a nice perfect square, just as before, just like measuring the approximations for each side, I am laying this piece over this end and that end and in the center to let you see that this is approximately the width of this whole area. And that's when she would crease draw the outside line using the edge. And she would say, by doing that, we have made the center line. Awati, the outer edge, kaplugu. Cut out the outer edge. And just as she had made the little square, tapluku, making sure ukukayukuk, the edges are even, crease it. And this is where she would say, we have now found the ogak, ganai, center point. And now she can work on using the center line to the center point and aligning these lines. She makes the outside line. Achitmo. And because my drawing is a little crooked, I would do it like she would do it. Align this line to the middle line. Look at where I had drawn the outside line. I now have a straight edge by folding. Right along the look, is there one malro? Now it's showing malro, two of these. Daplugu from the center point out. Make sure these are even. The two sides. Dos una outside stralugu. Mark over the outer edge. Dos kaplugu. Even with the careful work I had done in making this, I still have to go through the process from the center point out and verify that the two edges are the same. Wow. Maybe because this is such a straight edge, this one does need to be fixed. So the opposite side, look at this side versus that side. Are they of the same height, the same length, size? And now my measurement this way versus the other way, it's like measuring this way and this way. If my measurement is wider this way and wider this way, or shorter, then it will show up with the fold from the center point, a fold diagonal. And just as before, because my students couldn't see the fold lines, I'm marking the fold lines from the kugak center point out. Fold. I forgot to do something. Let me backtrack. Ukuk edjagayu uk is this side equal to that side? Look at the edges. How could that be? Asito, finally. Not good. And now the opposite way. Charlie line not struggling. And you could see the kugak, the center point. And again, look at this side of the triangle. Is it equal to the other side? Asito. Asito. Dashwaniwa, recheck everything. Just as she did. Asito. The opposite way. Ang datkuk, are they the same? Asicht. Ugat mum. Asicht. Very good. Wow. And this, she would say, is a good square. Doshu. I have, just for visual sake, I have a green one that I made, which is the exact size as this one, so that you could see that indeed one green one fits in one of these corners. But the way my mom would measure is to do this. Find the kugak, slap them together over the center point. Now she could truly check. By doing this, I had measured half of the small square. And I had told you that there are 2 of these, and indeed align them up to the kugak. And here's, align the lines to the lines for accuracy. One teknik, 2 techniques. Unashchali fits very nicely. Awatinum to the outer edge. Aligning the lines. 1 Aibawa and its other. Aniwa. 1, 2. So that tells me, and I could fold it up. Markakalugu, another way to check is to do this very, very, very good, because it's a larger piece. And if I drew this in, every line should be aligned with each other. I didn't. This very same shape is in here, and another way to measure is just to align, and there it is, 1, 2, much easier without this moving around. 1, 2, 1, 2, and my mom would say, this square is enlarged into 2 of these. And she could, because she was a sewer, she could further fold this into the proper lines, and she'd have all these other pieces. She could refold what she did back down to this is decreasing the large square I had just made to its original original shape. And so if I put this over it, there it is, and back out with these new folds, I now have the 4 little squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, in each of them. The folds are in here. So as a sewer, she could make dumakchak pieces out of these, and she has triangles. She can further break this into many pieces. Koyana.